All right, so we're diving into Tkinter menus today.
A menu.
Yeah, you know those things everyone kind of takes for granted, but
Oh, they're essential though, right?
absolutely. And we've got this awesome resource from plus2net.com. It's like the perfect blend of practical and insightful.
It's funny, Tkinter can seem like this huge beast if you're just getting started.
Oh, tell me about it.
But this guide breaks it down so well.
It does. And I think what makes it click is that menu analogy.
Right, like a restaurant menu for your app.
Exactly. You've got that main menu bar up top.
Your appetizers.
And then the individual menus like file, edit,
Entrees, desserts.
and then bam,
The menu items themselves.
the actual dishes you're here for.
Commands, radio buttons, checkboxes, you name it.
It's a system everyone gets, but what I love about Tkinter is how much you can customize.
Oh yeah, it's not just like, here's a basic menu, good luck.
No way, remember that tear-off thing?
Oh, right, where you could rip the menu off the window.
Classic Tkinter. Shows how it's grown. Yeah, because who does that anymore? But the point is, it's got options for days.
Backgrounds, fonts, that cursor thing.
Oh, and the example they had, changing the background to yellow. Simple, but you get it.
Exactly, it's like proof you've got control.
And speaking of control, this disabled foreground option, I admit, I kind of glossed over it at first.
It's subtle, but think about it.
Yeah, why does it matter what color the grayed out text is?
User experience. That gray tells you something's different.
Right, it's not broken, just
Yeah.
not available right now.
Exactly, and doing it well makes your app feel slick.
It's like little visual cues go a long way.
Huge. And then there's the post command thing.
Oh, that color changing example. Very cool, very dynamic.
Shows you menus don't have to be static.
They can react, which is wild.
Imagine a menu highlighting what you used last.
Or like changing based on what you're doing in the app.
That's next level stuff right there.
All right, so we've talked about the what, now let's get into the how.
The methods, buckle up.
We're not just going to list them, we're going to break them down.
Strategically, gotta have a plan in Tkinter.
So first up, adding things to your menus.
The building blocks.
Add command, your basic actions,
Simple, elegant.
then a radio button,
Just one.
and add check button.
On, off, you know the drill. And of course, add cascade, the submenu, king,
Activities.
organizing chaos, since
Absolutely.
forever.
Seriously, like imagine a drawing app.
Okay, I'm imagining it.
You've got your file menu, basic stuff,
Save, open, the usual suspects.
but then under brush, you've got a whole submenu.
Size, style, all that good stuff.
Keeps it tidy, easy to find.
Exactly. And this is where Tkinter gets really cool.
Oh yeah, you mean.
Top level.
Top level, that sounds important.
It is. Basically, you click a menu item,
Yeah.
and boom, new window.
No way.
It's like a secret level.
So it's not just running a command, it's like opening a whole new section.
Exactly. Think about a music player app.
All right, got it.
You click equalizer in the menu.
Makes sense.
But instead of cramming it all in, bam, new window, all the sliders, knobs, everything.
So clean, organized chaos.
Controlled chaos. And it gives the user choices.
Right? Like, I don't always need the equalizer.
Exactly. Only when you want it.
Man, we are just scratching the surface here, aren't we?
Oh, barely. The Tkinter menus, they run deep.
Deep and full of surprises.
That's what keeps it interesting.
So we've covered a lot of ground already, but Tkinter menus, they're like onions.
Layers.
Exactly. So many layers to peel back. And speaking of layers, this entry config method,
Yeah.
the Swiss Army knife of menu customization, right?
You're not kidding. It's one of those things, seems simple at first,
Totally.
but then you realize you can change anything.
Anything, like while the app's running.
On the fly. Imagine this, your app, it's got different features.
Okay, picture it.
But some you got to be logged in for.
Right, makes sense.
With entry config, those menu items you can enable, disable, change the words.
Whoa, all dynamically.
All while the user's messing around. It's like magic.
So it's not just about looks, it's about controlling what's available.
Context-sensitive menus, they call it.
Fancy. But it makes sense, right? Like, why show me stuff I can't even use yet?
Exactly. And to Tkinter, it gives you that power, which is amazing.
Okay, so entry config, super powerful, but I'm guessing there's a learning curve.
Oh, for sure. It's one of those things you get better at over time.
Practice makes perfect, as they say.
But that's programming, always something new to figure out.
And speaking of figuring things out, can we go back to that top level thing for a sec?
Yes. New windows, new possibilities.
It's like a whole other dimension of menus.
It's about breaking free, you know. One window is so limiting.
It's true. You start adding more stuff, it gets crowded fast.
Exactly. Think of it like building a house.
All right, I like where this is going.
You wouldn't put the kitchen, bedroom, everything in one giant room.
Well, I mean, some studio apartments.
Okay, bad example, but you get the idea.
Separate rooms for separate purposes.
Exactly. And that's what top-level windows are for your app.
So instead of this monster window with a million buttons,
You've got these smaller, focused windows.
like little helpers that pop up when you need them.
And they can have their own WN menus even.
Whoa, menus all the way down. It's like Inception.
Menuception, I like it.
But seriously, that's got to make organizing things so much easier.
Night and day, each window, its own thing, its own code, nice and tidy.
And for the user, it's got to be less overwhelming, right? Like I just want to adjust this one setting.
Boom, little window, you're done. No hunting through a million menus.
It's like those hidden compartments in a fancy car. Everything has its place.
I love that analogy. And the best part is, Tkinter makes it easy.
Easy to manage all those windows.
Yep. You control how they look, where they go on the screen.
It's like you're the conductor and the windows are your orchestra.
Okay, that's a bit much, but you get the idea.
I do. You know, we could probably do a whole deep dive just on top level.
Oh, for sure. There's a lot to unpack there.
But for now, I'm curious, how does all this come together? The entry config, the top level, those submenus.
You want the big picture now.
Right. It's all about the user experience in the end, isn't it?
Always. We can talk tech all day, but if the app's a pain to use...
Nobody wins.
Exactly. So how do we make it sing? That's the real challenge.
And I'm guessing there's no one right answer, is there?
Oh, there are definitely wrong answers, but that's what makes it fun.
The experimentation, the trial and error.
Finding what feels right, even if you can't explain it.
It's like you know it when you see it.
Exactly. And that's what we're going to dig into next. How to take these tools.
And turn them into something special.
Something that users will actually enjoy using.
All right, I'm ready for the grand finale. You know, it's funny how people talk about software, like it's all about features and checkboxes.
Right, gotta have the latest and greatest.
But we both know the apps we really love.
The ones you keep going back to.
Exactly. They just feel different, you know?
They getcha.
Yeah.
Somehow.
And I feel like that's the challenge with these Tkinter menus.
It'd be easy to just slap some buttons on there, call it a day.
But that's not going to win any awards.
No way. It's got to be more intentional.
Like, we're trying to create an experience, not just a tool.
Exactly. And the tools themselves, they should kind of disappear.
Get out of the way, let the user do their thing.
And that's where all this entry config top-level stuff comes in.
It's not just about the what, it's about the how.
Take entry config. Yeah, it can change colors.
Which is cool, don't get me wrong.
But think about it. A menu that reacts to you.
Like subtly graying out stuff you can't use right now.
Or highlighting the commands you use all the time.
It's like it's reading your mind a little bit.
And top level, same thing.
Not just about opening new windows, though that is handy.
It's about giving your app room to breathe.
So it doesn't feel so cramped, overwhelming.
Exactly. Like, think about a physical desk.
Okay, I can visualize that.
You don't need every single pen and paper out at once.
At least the ones you're using right now.
And when you need something else, boom, drawer.
Top level window. I get it.
Organized chaos, that's the goal.
And speaking of organized, those submenus we talked about.
Those are like the unsung heroes.
They really are. They're not just for grouping similar stuff.
Which is important, don't get me wrong.
But it's more than that. It's like they tell a story.
Okay, now you got to explain that one.
Think about it. A well-designed submenu.
Okay, picturing it.
It guides you through the process, step by step.
Like, okay, you chose this, now here's your options.
And those options might lead to more submenus.
Deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole.
But it makes sense. It's not overwhelming because you're focused on the task.
You're in the flow, and
Yeah.
the menu's just there to help.
And when it's done well, you don't even notice the menu, you know?
It just works like magic.
And that's what we're going for, right? That seamless experience
Where the user can just do what they need to do.
without fighting the interface.
And that's the beauty of Tkinter, honestly.
It gives you the tools to make it happen.
But it's up to us, the developers,
To use those tools wisely.
to think about the user, the flow, the story.
Because a good menu, it can make or break an app.
No pressure, right?
None at all. But hey, to our listeners out there,
The intrepid Tkinter explorers.
don't be afraid to experiment, to try new things.
Make some rules, see what happens.
Because at the end of the day, that's how you learn.
And who knows, you might just create something amazing.
And on that note, I think we've reached the end of our deep dive.
Time flies when you're having fun with menus.
It really does. So, until next time, happy coding, everyone.